haven't reacted to any of the new Dua Lipa songs so far in the run-up to Radical Optimism. I've liked both of the songs though. I think Houdini was a song that probably deserved better on the charts. I think it's a really cool blend of some of the kind of Kevin Parker-isms that you hear from Tame Impala with Dua Lipa's typical pop dance blend. I thought it was really nice. Of course, Danielle Haar was on production for that as well. Training Season was kind of straying away from that original sound a little bit, but I still thought it was a really good dance pop tune. This is the thing, I'm not entirely sure of what the overall sound that we're going to get from this new Dua Lipa album is, but the songs are sounding good, so I'm kind of letting it slide for now, and I'm hoping Illusion is 3 for 3. I'm really hoping it is, because I'm definitely excited to hear what this new Dua Lipa album is going to be like. I think she's a great pop artist at the moment. I think she's a great pop star. I think she's really an icon in the making. I think if she really plays her cards right throughout her career, she could be one to be remembered for years to come if she keeps getting it right, because her tunes are there, man. The tunes are there. It's all good. So let's see what this new one sounds like. I'm assuming it's going to be the third and final single before the album, and then we might get one after the album, but for now I'm assuming this is the last one, so let's go. Play cards right? I just said that as well. So the budget went on this video, right? I think this one is where they got the budget. Oh, nice. Yeah, I thought that was really good. I think in terms of the biggest hit potential from the single so far, this is the one. I think leading up to the summer too, I think we're very much in line to get this one absolutely turning into a smash hit. In terms of what I'm expecting for the album, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't want to be like a negative Nancy or whatever, or a pessimist, but I just feel like since Houdini, we've really strayed further away from what I was expecting the album to sound like and the overall sound of the album. Now, you can't judge an album before you've heard it, and I'm not going to do that, obviously. We don't know what Radical Optimism will sound like from start to end, obviously. It's not out yet. But Houdini set us up to believe one thing, and I just don't know if we're quite getting that overall sound. It felt like there was a slight shift in sound with the production. And the last two singles, particularly this one, just kind of sounds like your typical dance pop anthem on the radio, which I'm okay with because she's good at doing them. But in terms of like the overall feel and the overall vibe and the overall aesthetic, I don't really know what we're going to get, and I'm getting a little bit more confused as each single comes out. At the end of the day, she is so good at making these kinds of songs that I think the album's just going to be good anyway, because if they're all like this, they'll be fun, they'll be danceable, they'll be great for playlists. I won't get mad at that. But yeah, just in terms of what I was expecting, in terms of like the idea of radical optimism, I don't really know what this song fits into that theme or that idea anyway as well. Like this just sounded like another kind of Dua Lipa's Not Messing Around With No Boys song, which she's done like how many times now. So yeah, I'm not trying to be negative about what we're getting here because it's a good song, but for me, not sure what the overall theme or the overall idea, the overarching aesthetic, the overarching sound really is for this album coming up. At the end of the day, she's a pop star and she makes pop tunes, and if we're just going to get that from start to end, that's fine. And just to make it clear, I don't go to Dua Lipa for some incredible, really thought-provoking, mad, conceptual album that's going to make me think of things for years to come. Like, she isn't that kind of artist. And people on social media that are really bagging on her as well, I think are forgetting that. Like, she isn't that artist. You're not going into expecting some kind of huge, big thing that you might get from like a Taylor Swift or a Beyonce or whatever. She isn't really that person really in the mainstream, so I don't go to her for that anyway, but I'm still just kind of questioning what we're really getting for this album. At the end of the day though, even with all that rambling, I still think it's a good song. Like I say, I think it's the one that has the most hit potential out of the 3 so far. I think in terms of my own preference, it might be my least favourite so far, but I've only heard it once, so we shall see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you agree with some of the things I've said as well after the reaction about the overall aesthetic and the vibe of the album, would love to hear your thoughts on that if you agree or disagree. Check out more videos, check out my Patreon. You can get track reaction requests if you support me on that tier on Patreon. That would be wonderful. Have a good day and subscribe. Goodbye.